Yasmin Qureshi, thank you very much, Yasmin.
Well, Chris has asked me to keep my speech very short, so I won't take too long. But I just want to say it's a great pleasure, but also a sadness to be here. Sadness because we didn't need this nasty bedroom tax. Sad because we don't need to be here to campaign against it. Sad because this is happening. But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to among all the friends here. And I want to thank Linda and Chris and everybody else who's been campaigning and fighting against the bedroom tax. Now, we heard earlier people say the bedroom tax is about the tenants. It's about the ordinary people. In the last 3 years since I've been an MP, the number of people I've had who've come to me with problems with bedroom tax is more than any other problem I've had. And I'm going to talk to you about one particular family and case. I have spoken to them and they have said that I can mention their name. And I will talk about Mr. and Mrs. Wilkes, who live in a 2-bedroom ground floor flat. Mrs. Wilkes had a 3-disc in her bag replaced and suffers from other medical conditions. And she has to take morphine medication regularly. She sleeps in a 4-foot wide bed with a table and a commode next to it. And she has struggled in sleeping. Her husband left his job to be able to become a full-time carer for her. But he has to sleep in a separate bedroom. And guess what? That bedroom is now being marked as a spare bedroom. Mrs. Wilkes' disability means that she and her husband can't share one bed at all, which is what they would like to do. When they applied for their flat, they were told you must have a 2-bedroom flat. And they applied for it, and they got a 2-bedroom flat. Now, of course, they've been hit with a bedroom tax. They are being told that they have to share the room, that they have to move into a 1-bedroom room. Now, can you imagine if you've got a disabled person, somebody who's unwell? I've got a mother who's not well. She needs a commode, she needs a bathing chair, she needs 2 other things. Now I'm lucky, I've got a spare bedroom to put all her things in. But many people are not that lucky. That's the only bedroom they got. Where are they expecting them to actually live? This is an example of how this is affecting real people. We're not talking about people in abstract. We're talking about real people. And this is just one of the many cases I've had to deal with of people get imposed with bedroom tax. Everybody knows that the people who've been hit the most, 2/3 of the people who've been hit by this tax have actually been the disabled and the poor. £21 billion are spent a year on housing benefits. What? To put people in squalid accommodation, to give them money to private landlords. What the government should be doing is building social housing, proper homes, so that people are living in proper, safe, decent homes, and their money will be a lot cheaper than wasting £21 billion. I see Chris looking at me, so I just want to say, you know, we need to carry on working hard. This is a nasty tax, but it's what you expect from the Tories and the 2 posh boys who have no idea what real life is about. Thank you for listening.